Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for being here as we are back live on the channel. Unfortunately, it is not for an NBA Finals game, as that's what I wish we were doing today. But we're going to look ahead to the offseason. We're going to talk about some free agency targets, some free agency rumors, and we're going to do a mailbag on today's show. So we got 3 segments to get into. It's a Friday. I'm down to rock and roll, and I'm ready to talk New York Knicks basketball, my favorite people out there. Shout out to y'all, already 103 people. I was going to say 100 people in the chat. That's not a number, though. It's been a long week. It's been a long day. But I'm glad to be live on the channel. Let's just go back to where it all began. Shout out your city for me in the comment section. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to join the live chat as the notification just went out. And let's get the comment section going. My man, that guy. Hey, we got producer Jack Lauderay in the building, and I'm glad he's here. The hat he's wearing is upsetting me just a little bit. But I can't wait to ask Jack Lauderay why they call him that guy. What up, everybody? Carl Knight in the building says, I'm so NYC. We got my man Trev the GOAT from Chapel Hill. Michael holding it down in Finland. Johnson in Panama. My man, that guy. That guy, what's on the weekend agenda, brother? What's on the weekend agenda? The games ninja, excuse me. Marshall, the support, is the window still open? The Knicks window? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, the Knicks window is still open. My man King Kenya in the building, what up? That guy says, I'm in Europe for the summer. I'm jealous. Wow, that's chills. That's chills. Chino Jr. says, Ewing. What's up? I'm so New York, Wheezy probably wouldn't like me. If you know, you know. What do we think of the Carter 6? Because I got about 3 songs in, and I'm someone that, growing up in Texas and Houston, there is a large population from Louisiana, and I love Lil Wayne a lot. The Carter 6 was bad. It wasn't good. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah, I'm a Wayne diehard. I love Lil Wayne. He's my guy. The Carter 3 and the Carter 2 are some of the best pieces of music you'll ever hear. And the Carter 6, man. It felt like I was watching Tracy McGrady play for the Knicks. A star that's just no longer a star anymore. Sam Boots says, do a Yankees watch party one day. Well, Jack Lauderay, what do you think of that? Why are you wearing an A's jersey?
I'm wearing the sickest, and I mean the sickest, City Connect jerseys
what does
that
the
exist.
City Connect jersey look like?
I don't know if they have them because they're lame.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You guys ready to get your asses kicked by Garrett Crochet tonight?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Let's go Sox.
Even though that guy's showing you some love, and he's that guy because he kind of is that guy. He said, oh, wait, I saw that hat. Never mind. Exactly. Take it back, that guy. Take it back. User says you should do a Yankees watch party. I thought you did already. We did a few, and then we did all 82 and 100 games for the New York Knicks the last 2 years, including all 17 games for the Giants, and preseason game, and Jack,
I will
you
say,
know me, I don't have much of a life. If I did Yankees watch parties, I would have no life.
I will say, if y'all want some baseball action, I do run our Red Sox channel. You know where it's at. We've done a few watch parties for that. I am 0-3 in those watch parties.
Kenya, that's a great question. Where do you find these dudes? I don't know. We keep getting. Not today, but we do have. We're gonna have some news coming to the channel. Yeah, no, we got some news coming to the channel. TBD on when that will be. That guy says, I would do a lot of stuff to not watch a Red Sox stream. Oh, don't say that. User, awesome content. Much appreciated, man. I appreciate you. My man Vasquez in the building. So you seen that blue and white City Connect New York Mets fitted 50 Cent was wearing? I didn't. No, I'm not leaving you guys. No switch. No. I'm not. That's not the news. Yeah, that's not the news. What up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. King Kenya, my man. Hey. Do right by me, I do right by you. Tyler says, we are going to dog walk the Red Sox tonight. I agree. Anthony, what up? Says Knicks Championship 2026. I hear you. I'm with you. I'll ask you guys this. Should the Knicks trade for Kevin Durant? Last couple of days, it seems like the Knicks had been linked to some Kevin Durant trade rumors, but I feel like today it seems like they are out of the Kevin Durant saga. And I understand both sides of it. I could see why the New York Knicks would want to trade for him, and I also would see why the New York Knicks would not want to trade for him. Chino Jr. says, miss you, bro. Let's go, Knicks. Hey, I miss you too, bro. We're here. We're live, and we are direct. Giants, Knicks, Rangers, and Yankees all win a championship 2025, 2026. You're speaking my language. That'd be pretty cool. I'll ask the Yankees fans in here, and Jack is one of the most knowledgeable baseball fans I know, and I mean this in a serious way, and I know that he could be unbiased. Aaron Judge is putting together one of the best hitting seasons of all time, and I do not care if he does not perform in the playoffs. It does not mean anything to me. Is that too mean?
Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on what matters to you. Because, like, I got an argument with a Yankee fan on my stream the other night when we did the first game of the Yankee series last Friday. And he was like, well, he's having an ungodly season and this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, okay, but what do you care more about?
Yeah.
Do you care more about your players winning individual awards? Or do you care more about your team winning a championship? Personally, I would take the championship over someone winning MVP. And like literally, I got in an argument. Everyone was like, oh, because I said that Rafael Devers is the Yankees' daddy, which unbiasedly is true. Every time he plays the Yankees, he plays well against them. He hits home runs, he does whatever. And I got an argument with someone like, oh, Aaron Judge is so much better. Like, does Devers have any MVPs? I'm like, well, no, but does Judge have a World Series ring? And the guy responded, does Devers? I'm like, yes, dumbass. But like in all seriousness, Judge, and I said this on last Friday, I said Judge is incredible. He's one of the best players we've ever seen in Major League Baseball.
Over the last 30 years, you could make the argument him and Mike Trout are the best regular season players. Like, position
over
players.
The last how many years?
Like 30 years.
I mean, Barry Bonds.
Yeah. I love Barry Bonds.
Like,
he's the best baseball player I've ever seen.
ASU alum. I mean, bro, comparing Devers to Judge. I'm not comparing Devers to Judge. Okay, I'm not doing this.
My point is, I don't care if he hits 500, 600, 700 in the regular season. If he plays like he does in the postseason, it doesn't matter. It quite literally doesn't matter.
Oh, so you're on the side I'm on.
Yeah, I don't care what he does this year until he does it in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Like my opinion is you need to show up in the playoffs, and if you don't, like, will he be a Hall of Famer? Yes.
Yeah.
But will people look at him differently if he never wins a ring? Yes.
It's different when you play for a blue blood team in sports, and the expectation is to win it all, and your best player isn't really showing up in a major way. I will say last postseason he had some clutch hits, but he's got to be a little bit more consistent.
He did, but
postseason for me.
But he was hitting like under 200.
Yep.
Like,
agreed.
And I did all 7 or all 6 or all 5, however many World Series games. I did all of them on Chat Sports unbiasedly. And, I wanted to see Judge and Ohtani trade blows, and it just didn't happen.
They both stunk. My man Isaac Smith in the chat. High fives, my man. We appreciate you. We are going to get – that guy says, should I prove why I'm that guy today? Hit the 5K mark. That guy, I think that'd be pretty cool. We got some 1942 Don Julio in there, Reposado. It is Friday. I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Get to use my first PTO day of 2025. I'm so excited to do that. Still have videos on the channel, but I need some time off. And one day, I tell you, it's not enough.
I do just want to rebut Bronx Boy real quick. He said, Jack, we don't care about your opinion. You root for the Red Sox. Marshall and I have the exact same opinion.
And it's the right one. And Bronx Boy, you agree too.
Yeah, it's like
every Yankee fan agrees. Aaron Judge could be unanimous MVP this year. If he folds in the playoffs, we're all going to be upset. No one's going to say, well, he had a hell of a June. No one's going to say that. And if you do, you're a simp.
You're just coping, and you don't want to agree with me because I'm a Red Sox fan, but you know I'm right. And Marsh, who I respect, who is a Yankees fan, knows I'm right.
I just want to see him do it. And trust me, no one will be more loud than me about Aaron Judge being the best player in the world if he does it in October and first week of November. Then you can say that. Harry, what up? We are going to do a mailbag on today's show. I want to answer questions from you guys about the Knicks, your questions about trade rumors, questions about what they're going to do in free agency, should they run it back, what they're going to do at the head coaching spot, what should they do at the head coaching spot. Marsh, they don't have a plan. That's what everybody tells me. I just want to get back into the roots of this channel, audience engagement, audience interaction, and answering questions from all of y'all. So if you could just comment a question, comment a take, something in the comment section, include the hashtag Knicks like you see it up on screen. That way we can get it up on screen and do a mailbag. That would be a lot of fun. If you want to guarantee your spot on the show or get your question or thoughts or takes on show on the screen, you can go ahead and super chat and support the channel. We appreciate everybody that does super chat to the channel. It helps this channel go and grow as we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. We crossed over 77,000 subs yesterday. We are less than 23,000 away. My man.
Also, like the video.
Yeah. Can we get everyone to hit that thumbs up icon too? 150 people in the chat, only 34 likes. Those are rookie numbers. We're not starting today's show until we at least get to 69 likes for no other reason than I just love that number. I just love that number. It's one below my second favorite number, which is 70. Marsha's number one fan in the chat, my man. You're a legend, bro. What up, bro? So even though your profile picture makes me sad because that was the last watch party, and that was when we lost, and I was very, very sad. But we are on our way to 100K, and hopefully there's 22.8 thousand more Knicks fans out there that want to subscribe to this channel because that'd be sweet. We got to get that YouTube plaque, and that plaque is for y'all, man. Y'all are the reason that it happens. That'd be pretty cool. Peter says, I already liked it. I got you. Peter, thank you, my friend. If you have liked the video, type me. 23 likes away from getting the show rolling. We're going to start today's show reacting to some rumors about who the Knicks may be interested in free agency. Where they're going to transition into some dream free agents for me if the New York Knicks run it back, which I know a lot of people want the Knicks to do. But if you run it back, how much better are you getting? We'll find out that, and then we're going to get into a mailbag. Be like Rashidi Akins, who says, thoughts on Mike Woodson. He would bring accountability. Thank you for getting your question, Rashidi. If a couple more people could ask a question and include a hashtag Knicks in there so we could pop it up on screen, that'd be pretty dang cool. As we're still 20 likes away from 69 likes, what are we doing? If you could, like the video, and once you have, type me in the chat, and we'll give you a shout-out on today's show. Mo says, just admit you botched it. Rehired Tibbs and trade Cat for 5 first-round picks. Rehire Tibbs, huh? You think the Knicks should call Tibbs and offer him a job? I have been told that the New York Knicks, after firing Tom Thibodeau, asked him to join the front office, and he kindly declined. And an emphasis on kindly. because it wasn't kindly. I'll say that much. So I don't think even if the Knicks offer Tom Thibodeau the job again that they when he does. And can we just get the TGs going in the chat? Can we get the TGs going in the chat? Jack Lauderay, I meant to ask you, do you know why they call him that guy? Because he is that guy. He is making a strong case, King Kenya, to join in the Bank Bros. We got a 3-point goal. That guy. Bang, 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 bang. A quad bang on a Friday. Why are we not quad banging? It's always a good day to quad bang. Should be 5K according to my history. I believe you. I believe you, that guy. As Bronx Boy says, that guy is my hero. Bronx Boy, you're our hero. Even though that guy is way cooler than you. Way cooler than you. That guy, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for always supporting this channel, for supporting Giants Now, for supporting me, for supporting Chat Sports. We appreciate it, man. Look, we wouldn't be able to do what we do if it wasn't for people that supported. This is unreal. He is way cooler than you, Bronx. And to be fair, he's way cooler than me, too. So, like, this is what it is. Effing Vinny. Vinny effing Pip. That guy, you're a legend. Marshall's number one fan with a good point. That guy for Knicks' new head coach. What would be your starting lineup, that guy? What's the plan for the offseason if you're the head coach? I'm curious. Peter says that guy sent a $500 super chat during the last game. Truly he is that guy. He did. $500 super chat on the last game of the season. They call him that guy because he is that guy. So when he comments on a YouTube video, it's TD Gaming. But when he's in the live chat, it's that guy. And I asked him, do you want to go by TD Gaming or that guy? And he goes, I like that guy because I kind of am that guy. I get chills every time down my spine when I say that. Big dub. Well, he does because he is that guy. I think it's that's like you get two names on YouTube sometimes. You get an @ and then a use. I don't know. I'm just glad that guy's that guy on this channel. Where's that guy? Sam Boots, yes or no to Yankees watch parties? No. I'm going to be honest with you. You can go watch Jack Lauderay on the Red Sox Rundown. He's killing it over there. But to be honest with you, brother, I did 100 Knicks watch parties this year. I did 20 Giants watch parties this year. I put out multiple videos every single day on those channels. I have no life. If I did Yankees games, I would have zero life. And I would like to have a little bit of a life, which I don't really have right now.
Marsh deserves all the life.
I think
Also, Mo, if you're a Red Sox fan, which it seems like you are because you're saying hashtag Red Sox Nation, go check out the Red Sox Rundown. I am the host. I love the Sox. Go Sox.
You're not that guy, pal. That _ guy is that guy. That guy, I could use a little bit more life. It'd be really cool if I could take PTO, but I got to wait to see if the Knicks hire a coach, so I can't. I need to be somewhere on a beach getting sunburned with sand in between my toes. That's where I need to be right now. Emphasis on the sunburn. That's where I got to be. Third week of July, I'm going to be soaking up that California sun, though. It's going to be, yeah, with a cheesy gordita crunch in my hand, obviously. All righty. That guy, we appreciate you, my man. Thank you for getting us rolling here on today's show. And let's jump into some rumors around NBA free agency in our New York Knicks. We're about 3 weeks away from NBA. I just screwed that up. Let's just restart it from the top. You ready? Ready? Re-roll it. Roll the intro again. I can speak. I'm messed up. Here we go. We're about 3 weeks away from NBA free agency being here, and on today's show, we're going to react to some rumors on Knicks Twitter, where NBA Trade Report, the account, has linked the New York Knicks to three free agency options that maybe the New York Knicks could pursue. Before we dive into that, I just want to take a zoomed out view of this team and kind of try to put things into perspective for everybody that's watching this channel. Everyone always says, Marsh, we got to run it back. We do. We just got to run it back with the same people. Well, if you do run it back, you're $4 million over the first apron, and you're $8 million below the second apron, which in normal human being terms means you have no cap space. And if you have no cap space, you can't improve the roster all that much in NBA free agency. And if you want to bring back Campaign, and you want to bring back Landry Shamet, and you want to bring back DeLon Wright, you're going to have absolutely zero money to go out and sign any NBA free agents. You have the starting five under contract, and Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns. You also still have Mitchell Robinson under contract. You still have Deuce McBride under contract. You got Tyler Kolek under contract. You're going to pick up the team option on Ariel Hukporti. But you got to get out to 14 players on this roster. I anticipate them bringing Kevin McCullough up to the big leagues for this team. But once again, you look at this graphic and it's like, well, how did the New York Knicks stay under the second apron while improving this team? The answer, you don't really get to. The NBA gives you one little tool to do so, and they call that the taxpayer mid-level exception, which is a 2-year deal that you can offer free agents where year one is $5.6 million and year two is $5.2 million. So the most the New York Knicks could offer anybody in free agency right now is a 2-year, $11.6 million deal. And if you use this deal, it hard caps you at the second apron, meaning you can't go above that amount of money spent. You also wouldn't be able to use this tool if you bring back Campaign and you bring back Landry Shamet and you bring back DeLon Wright. So wave those three guys goodbye if you want to use this. If you want to run it back in totality, you're going to have to sign veteran minimum free agent guys. And who are those guys? Like, what minimum free agent players are going to elevate the Knicks to NBA champions? If you can't tell, I'm trying to paint the picture with color for you to understand the New York Knicks cannot run it back and improve this roster. There's no running it back and adding depth. The depth would be veteran minimum free agent targets. So let's go ahead and say the Knicks wave goodbye to Campaign. I don't think he's coming back. I also don't think Landry Shamet's coming back unless it's a veteran minimum free agent deal. I also don't think DeLon Wright is coming back unless it's a veteran minimum free agency deal. And who knows if those guys would sign those deals. Let's say the New York Knicks have more than $8 million under the second apron, and they're able to use the taxpayer mid-level exception. Here are some guys that, according to NBA Trade Report, they would be interested in. Let's start with Gary Trent Jr., who last played for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trent Jr., 26 years old, 6'5", about 210 pounds. He's bounced around the NBA a little bit. He's had some moments in the NBA with Toronto. He was decent last year with the Milwaukee Bucks. His calling card in the NBA is letting it fly from downtown. He wants to get threes up, and he is someone that has been able to make threes as well. This past year for the Milwaukee Bucks, he had some success after essentially being a veteran minimum player. Played in 74 games, averaged 11.1 points per game, shot almost 6 threes per night, and made him at a 41.6% clip. The year prior to that, he shot 39% from three. The year before that, he shot 37% from three and 38% from three the year before that. In his career, he shoots 39% from downtown on 6.3 attempts. To put that into perspective, Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby combined to shoot 33% from three from the playoffs. The Knicks need more shooting, and Gary Trent is a guy that could shoot the piss out of the ball, and the Knicks need more guys that can shoot the piss out of the ball. They didn't advance in the playoffs for a lot of different reasons. Turnovers and not making shots. Mikal missed a lot of shots. OG missed a lot of shots. Josh Hart, he missed a lot of shots. You got to be able to score in the modern day NBA. I like Gary Trent. I do. But I like him more as a veteran minimum target than a taxpayer mid-level exception target. I'm not really just in love with the idea of going out and giving Gary Trent a 2-year, $11 million deal where he's making $5.5 million essentially each year. Is it the worst decision in the world? No. But it would be a lot better if you can get it for the veteran minimum, and then you still have that taxpayer mid-level exception to offer to somebody else. Another name that has been linked to the New York Knicks is veteran guard Malcolm Brogdon. Played this last year for the Washington Wizards, and he's bounced around the NBA before. Won the Sixth Man of the Year award a couple of years ago with the Boston Celtics, was involved in that Drew Holiday trade where he went from Boston to Portland. He's had some success with the Indiana Pacers before, and we all know what Brogdon is. A veteran who makes shots, can score, can handle, creates a little bit for others, but the injuries are hard to ignore. This past year, he didn't shoot the ball well. Only 28.6% from three. But the prior 2 years, he was able to lace it from deep. 44.4% in 2022 when he played 67 games for Boston. That's when he was the Sixth Man of the Year. In 2023, 2024, he shot 41.2% from downtown. And while I don't love the fact that he's only played 24 games this past year and 39 games before that, and he's played more than 66 games one time in the last 4 years, I like the player profile of Malcolm Brogdon, a veteran who's been in big moments, has been a part of winning teams. He can create on his own. He can score on his own. He can knock it down off the catch from three. He can also play make for others. He can create for himself while also setting the table for others. The Knicks need a guy like that. They need Brunson to play a little bit more off ball. But man, there are red flags flying over the shoulders of Malcolm Brogdon due to his injuries and the lack of durability. That's a major concern for me. But that's why you might be able to get him for the veteran minimum. I wouldn't love the idea of giving a 2-year, $11 million deal to Malcolm Brogdon. But yeah, if he wants to come be a Knick for the veteran minimum, come on down, baby. I'll pick you up from the airport. That's about as much as I can offer you. I like the idea, and he's someone that I could see them pursuing. When it comes to Larry Nance Jr., the last name that was mentioned by the NBA trade report as a free agent target for the New York Knicks, not so high on this one. I like Brogdon more than him. Look, Larry Nance Jr., he's a power forward and a small ball 5 that's 6'7". I don't want to be mean to Larry Nance Jr. here, but I don't even see where he would play for the New York Knicks. I'd rather have a guy like Ariel Huck-Porty play more than him. I'm tired of undersized guys. What I will say about Nance, he has upped his stock in the NBA over the last couple of years because he's been able to shoot the ball a little bit better. This past year, shooting 44.7% from downtown on 3.2 attempts per game. So not the highest volume in the world, but decent volume, and he's knocking it down at a pretty damn high clip. But he's an average rebounder. He's a below-average defender. He can play make a little bit for the big man spot. And like the other guys, I don't want him at all. Or unlike the other guys, I don't want him at all on the taxpayer mid-level exception. Sure, Larry Nance, you want to come be a vet minimum guy here, guy 13, 14, 15 on the bench? Sure. I'd rather have him than a guy like P.J. Tucker, even though Tucker was a great locker room guy from what I have heard. but I just think the Knicks could do a little bit better than giving the taxpayer mid-level exception to Larry Nance. I'll ask you guys this question. If you could only have one of these three players join the Knicks this offseason in free agency, who would it be? Would you bring Trent, Brogdon, or Larry Nance Jr. onto this team? In order, I got Brogdon number 1, Trent number 2, and Nance. I could be okay with flipping Trent and Brogdon. I'd like to get one of those guys on the vet minimum deal. Are those guys willing to sign a vet minimum deal? That's probably the next question that, unfortunately, I can't answer. I think if you ask them, they'd say, no, I want more money than that. But you don't always get to decide how much money you're going to make in the NBA. If I had to pay the taxpayer mid-level exception, I'd probably do it for Gary Trent just because the age and the durability, and he's proven he has one elite NBA skill, which is catching and shooting, especially above the break. Not really a great corner three guy, but I think the Knicks could do a little bit better than these three guys for the taxpayer. But for veteran minimum deals, I'd be cool with really any of these three. Make sure you are following me on social media. We can continue the conversation about who the Knicks should go out and target in free agency. It's going to be a busy, busy offseason. Shams Charania says he expects the New York Knicks to be aggressive. I wouldn't consider signing these guys aggressive, but hey, there could be more than a couple steps to a plan, and I think the Knicks have one. We'll see you later. Let's go Knicks. Who would you sign? Gary Trent, Malcolm Brogdon, or Larry Nance Jr.? Louis Mad says GT. User says GT. Kenya says Brogdon and Trent because I'm greedy. Kenya, that's why we're good friends, my man. We're greedy. I want all of them. I want all of them, man. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. Trent's a shooter. Trent can let it fly. Doesn't play much defense, though. Doesn't play much defense. I want the Knicks to take a step up as an offensive team, but I don't want them to completely forget and go away from having that defensive attitude they used to have. Yeah, Gabriel, you can get both. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Brogdon said he would sign for the minimum. Did you see a report that Brogdon said that, or did Malcolm Brogdon say that? Because we just broke down the report that said he would, but I have not heard the words come out of Malcolm Brogdon's mouth saying he would sign a veteran minimum. I don't want to see campaign anywhere near MSG. Yeah, I'm kind of over the campaign experience. I'm kind of over the campaign experience. Shout out to y'all, man. Over 220 people in the building. If you could, please hit that thumbs up icon. 75 likes on the show. Can we get up to 100 likes? I think that'd be pretty damn cool. Don't do it for me. Do it for that guy. That guy sent in a $200 super chat. Major love to him. We appreciate that. We are going to get into a mailbag in about 20 minutes on today's show. So if you want to have your questions featured in a video that's going to go out on the channel this weekend, ask a question, but include hashtag Knicks in the comment section, or you can go ahead and super chat. All super chats make it onto the show. We'll talk about it. We'll give your opinion. Jack Lottery, I got to run to the restroom real quick because I just chugged this Gatorade. Can you hold it down for 2 minutes? Yeah, with these people. Don't let them bully you now, all right? Maybe take the hat off and just let them think it's an A's jersey from the green and the yellow. All right, I'm going to be right back. Here we go.
All right. Marsha's going to go to the bathroom, and then we're going to chill. We did get a super chat from Joey DeLuca.
If we get a $50 super chat while I'm gone, I got a beer shotgun.
If we get a $50 super chat while he's gone, he'll do a beer shotgun. Joey DeLuca, what is up, my guy? I hope you're having a good day. We'll get your super chat up here in a minute when Marsh gets back. If you got questions, use hashtag Knicks. We will get them up on screen for our mailbag. We got 3 so far. You will guarantee that you get your username and your profile photo up on screen. How's everyone doing? Anyone doing anything fun this weekend? It's Friday. It's one of the best days of the week. Oh, Joey. I don't envy that at all. I had a kidney stone when I was in college. I know what you're going through, brother. I've been through it as well. I'm a kidney stone survivor. So I get it firsthand. Respect. I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, man. That sucks. I'm glad you're out, though. I'm glad you're feeling better. Who said my name?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Joey. They suck. It's like it's the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. It's the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. So I'm glad that they went. I'm glad you're good. 5 days in the hospital. My God. I've heard that, Joey. I've heard that. Yeah, my dad does too. My dad does too. You just gotta stay hydrated, man. If you stay hydrated, you flush all that stuff out. Like you can, I don't want to say avoid them 100% because there's always the potential, but if you just stay like really hydrated, you flush all of the crap out of your system. And it's less likely to clump up. Yeah. So ever since that happened, I just drink water. I got my water right here. Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? What are we doing? What's the move? What's the move? I'm going to watch the Red Sox kick the Yankees' ass. That's what I'm doing. But what are you guys doing? What's the move? Garrett Crochet on the mound tonight. Woo-hoo! It's going to be a fun one.
Is he good?
Dude.
Who's Garrett Crochet? He's no Garrett Cole.
Stop.
He's no Garrett Cole.
Stop.
Is he
You're capping.
better than Max Fried? Serious question.
What?
Is he better than Max Fried?
If you look at raw stats right now, Max Fried is better. Max Fried also has better run support. The Red Sox, I believe Crochet is 6-4 this year. And the reason why is because he will go out and shove, and the Red Sox will score no runs. It's the Paul Skeens effect, literally.
All right. I don't hate it.
You'll see tonight. You'll see tonight.
We'll see tonight. Joey DeLuca, my man, $2 super chats. What's happening, Beast? New York Knicks better make the right moves next year. Hey, I'm with you. They better. I think they will. And I think they know that they're not going to really be able to do anything if they don't make a trade. But hey, some people want to run it back. Some people say, F it, let's run it back. We'll see what they do. We are going to do a mailbag. I don't think we have many questions coming in. We got 3 questions. Those are low. If I could get the real ones to drop a question in the comments section, include hashtag Knicks. That way we could pop it up on screen and do a mailbag. That'd be pretty damn cool. Oh, that's good stuff, Vinny. All right. I got to list this dummy rip the Yanks.
Hey, the record so far this year is 2-1 in favor of the Sox, so you better watch out.
Record?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't matter. All right, let's talk about my dream taxpayer mid-level exception targets for the New York Knicks. Because I know everyone is team run it back. Run it back. That's what everyone tells me. Marsh, we just got to run it back and add to the bench, right? Doesn't that sound like the most beautifulest, perfect, bulletproof plan? Let's run it back and add depth, right? That'd be pretty cool. Right? Let's bring all the gang back and let's bring talented players to the bench. That sounds good in theory, but how realistic is it?
I know what you should do.
What should I do?
You guys should trade for Giannis.
Yep.
And trade for KD.
Yep.
You should also sign, who's the top free agent this year?
Naz Reid.
You should sign Naz Reid.
Yep.
And then...
And run it back.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. You should run it back, plus trade for those two, sign Naz Reid, and bring back Tom Thibodeau.
And trade for Curry.
And LeBron.
Yep, no, exactly. So for all the people that say, Marshall, enough with the trades, we're running it back, We just got to add talented players to the bench. Well, this segment, it's for you, sweetie pie. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. If you are team Run It Back, this video is for you. On today's show, we're going to go over my dream free agent targets the Knicks could acquire with the taxpayer mid-level exception. We'll do that in a second. But if you want part 2 of this video, which is realistic free agent targets with the taxpayer mid-level exception, hit that thumbs up icon. If we get to 1,000 likes on this video, I'll have that video for you at the beginning of next week. All righty, let's dive into it. We're going to go over 4 dream taxpayer mid-level exception targets for the New York Knicks. As in this exercise, we're just going to run it back because that's what everyone tells me the New York Knicks need to do. If we can just run it back and we could do so while adding talented players to the bench, watch out, Indiana. The New York Knicks are going to the finals. So let's start with this. As we know, the New York Knicks are going to bring back, in the run it back situation, Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, and Deuce McBride. Those guys are here to stay. They're going to pick up the team option for Ariel Hukporti. They also have Pacome Dadier on the team. They still have Tyler Kolek on the team. You got to field at least 14 people on the roster. And if the Knicks bring all the people back they're supposed to, which the run-it-back crew wants to, they'll be over the first apron by $4 million, and they will be below the second apron by $8 million, which means the Knicks would have the right to use the taxpayer mid-level exception. But that's it. That's the only thing that they would be able to use because the Knicks don't have cap space. They are over the cap. They are over the luxury tax. They are over the first apron. So for all the people that say we just got to run it back and add talented free agents, my question to you would be, how do you sign talented free agents if you do not have cap space? Well, the NBA gives teams that pay the tax, which means you're over the cap, and you're over the luxury tax, a mid-level exception, which is 2 years and $11.6 million. If you use this, you're hard capped to the second apron, which we told you. The Knicks are $8 million below that. And if you use this, 8 minus 5.6 is 3.4, 2.4, 2.4, which means you have $2.4 million to fill out the rest of your roster. It's almost impossible to do that. You can see where I'm getting at. That's why I don't think the Knicks run it back. Because the people that are actually available to be mid-level taxpayer exception players, they're not moving the needle for the Knicks to win the NBA championship. And why did the Knicks fire Tom Thibodeau? Because Leon Rose said, we are solely focused on winning a championship for our fans. And I'll tell you this, going out and signing Gary Trent Jr. when you run it back, that doesn't scream we're trying to do it for our fans. So how are the Knicks going to have to do it? Trades. That'll be another video. But I'll go with the bit. I'll go with the hoopla and all the games and charades you guys want to play. You see the cap sheet. It's filled. The Knicks are capped out. They don't have many free agency dollars to make them holla, which is why I think a trade is coming for the New York Knicks. Next week, we'll have trade targets and blockbuster trades and trades that can make the New York Knicks contenders. But let's go to dream free agent targets, taxpayer mid-level exception. Why am I calling them dream targets? Because I don't think any of these players would accept deals that are taxpayer mid-level worthy. I think they are better than that money. But hey, maybe the New York Knicks can just say, you come play with us and we make you take a discount, I guess. Let's start with Malik Beasley. If the Knicks can get Malik Beasley to sign a 2-year, $11 million deal, I am going to be pumped up. We might pop champagne on this channel. And of all players that are somewhat, like I looked at it like this when I looked at the top free agents. Unattainable, way overpriced, guys that are going to ask for more in a mid-level exception. Maybe take a discount to come play for the Knicks and mid-level exception guys. Malik Beasley falls in a little bit more expensive than that. But hey, if you could add this guy, That, in my opinion, would take your offense to another level. We saw what he did in the playoffs against the New York Knicks. He could shoot it, man. He could shoot it and he could boot it. 16 points last year for Detroit. Really did a good job in bringing some swag, some energy, and some confidence to that team. Shot 41.6% from three. Shot 41% from three the year before that. Like, hell yeah, if I can get Malik Beasley for a 2-year, $11 million deal, I would absolutely do that. Some things I like about him. He ain't scared. He doesn't back down. And he is not afraid to let that puppy fly. He also spaces the floor, which I think the New York Knicks need, which he reminds me to Dante DiVincenzo. He's not one of those guys that needs to be right on the three-point line to let it fly, which means he can open up the court more for Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. And if you wanted to go in an all-in approach on offense and running it back, a lineup that features Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Malik Beasley, and Jalen Brunson, that's going to be one of the best offensive teams, hopefully, in the NBA with a new coach. He also brings a villain type of vibe. And we've seen in the past when a team can't get over the hump, they sometimes got to bring a bad boy in. And I think Beasley, who we all hate as Knicks fans because he's not a Knick and he trash talked the Knicks, he's one of those guys, if he's on your team, you like him. If he's not on your team, you hate him. I think he would be a great addition for the taxpayer mid-level exception. I don't know how realistic that is, though. I'd also like to potentially go out and get his teammate or former teammate. What about Dennis Schroeder? I think it's more likely that Schroeder signs for the amount of money which is closer to the taxpayer mid-level exception. But like Beasley, Schroeder falls in my dream taxpayer mid-level exception list because I'm not so sure he would sign that type of deal. Look, Beasley's a good player. Beasley's a good player, and so is Schroeder. I like what Schroeder does as a player. He competes at a high level. He's not afraid to defend. He's not afraid to take big shots. He could push the pace. He could play on ball. He could play off ball. A pick and roll and a pick and pop of Schroeder and Karl Anthony Towns would be pretty good. Having Schroeder be your lead guard off the bench would be a big boost. He can create for himself. He can create for others. And the Knicks need more ball handlers. They need more creators. They need more self-creation scorers. And I like that. And I think that's what Schroeder does at a pretty good level. Jalen Brunson, over the last 3 years, is one of the best off-ball players. It's a limited sample size. Because he doesn't do it all that much. Because the Knicks haven't had many people that play on ball at a high level, high enough level where it makes sense to take Jalen Brunson off the ball. But you could play Schroeder and Brunson together. And Schroeder was great in the playoffs versus the Knicks. How many times did we look up and say, God damn it, I hate Schroeder? It's because he was making big-time plays and against us. I'm a fan of his. I would like to have him. I think he's more attainable than someone like Malik Beasley. But again, I'm not so sure that he would be available for us with the TPMLE. What about a scoring wing off the bench? A guy like Caris LeVert. Caris LeVert is someone I've always kind of been a fan of. I still remember that playoff series he had against the New York Knicks when he was a part of the Cleveland Cavaliers. He averaged like 15 points in that series. And at 6'6", he's a true swing man. He can get up and down the floor. He can defend at a decent-ish level. I'm not going to say he's a good defender. What he does is score the basketball. Wasn't too long ago, he was averaging 20 points per game or 17 points per game. He's also 2 out of the last 4 years and 2 out of the last 3 years shot the ball really well from downtown. 37% last year. That's a really good number. And 39% in 2022 and 2023. And if you were to play on the Knicks, he would get a lot of open looks. He's a spacer and a scorer. And he's also someone that can get hot. He's someone that can black out from the field like we've seen Aaron Nesmith do for the Pacers in the playoffs. It still stings to say that. Like we've seen someone like Benedict Mathurin do. We've seen guys be able to just take over games from their scoring and being able to knock down shots from all over. I think the Knicks could use that off the bench. And you could run a lineup of Brunson, LeVert, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns. And everyone but Brunson is over 6'6". I don't mind that at all. He brings much-needed athleticism to this team. He could be a one-man fast break. The Knicks, I thought, lacked a little bit of foot speed against the Indiana Pacers. They didn't feel like they jumped off the page. I think LeVert could help with that. But is LeVert going to come here for a 2-year, $11 million deal? One that I think is a little bit more realistic than others, but I would still be pretty pumped up about, is Gershon Yabusele. The big man that was in the NBA and then out of the NBA. And then this time last year, he played really well in the Olympics, and he signed a one-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. 6'8", 265 pounds. He'd bring some strength. He'd bring some physicality, and some size to this team. He is a much better offensive player than defensive player. His defense is a little bit questionable at times. I think in the right environment, he'd be able to play better defense because there just wasn't a lot of winning habits there in Philadelphia. Guy shot 38% from three, though. He shot above 50% from the floor. He can average 11 points per game. You could play him as a small ball five. I don't really like the idea of him and Karl Anthony Towns on the floor together, but they could be somewhat handcuffed type of players where when Cat is out, Yabusele is in, and you could kind of run a two-man game with him and Jalen Brunson. I'll ask you guys which one of these players would you like the New York Knicks to sign? For the taxpayer mid-level exception, which one would you sign? Is it Beasley, Schroeder, LeVert, Yabusele? Let me know. I'll just say this. Do any of these players, if you run it back and you add these guys, one of them, does it make you a championship favorite? Does it make you a team that you think is like, without a doubt, going to win the NBA Finals? Like, how much better do the Knicks get when it comes to winning a championship if they add Malik Beasley or Karis LeVert or one of those guys? I think it helps. It does. But I'm not looking at it like, all right, here we go. It's championship time because we got Malik Beasley. I'd love it. It'd bring us a lot closer than other moves. But I'm just trying to fill you guys in that the whole run it back and add to the bench strategy doesn't really exist because it's not really all that legal. Which brings me to this. For the run it back crew, if you want realistic free agent targets, hit that thumbs up icon. Like today's video. If we get to 1,000 likes on today's show, we will go to realistic, affordable free agent targets that could help the Knicks win a championship. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up and let's go Knicks. MJ says LeVert is realistic. Look, if you can get LeVert for 2 years, $11 million, I would do it. I would sign any of those guys. Yabusele, probably the least dream guy on that list, but yeah, I would love LeVert, I love Schroeder, and I love Beasley. I don't know how much they move the needle, though. Dean says Sixers might re-sign Yabu. They might. Deke says Kobe White. You'd have to trade for Kobe White. Joey says Giannis is staying with the Bucks. That's what it sounds like. Isaac or some says Malik. Ale says Dennis. Knicks got to make some tough decisions, man. They're going to make some tough decisions. Beasley is out of our range. I think so. I think so, too. Schroeder, maybe. Will Beasley shake free or re-sign with Detroit? He's a free agent, but he could absolutely re-sign, and I think he could re-sign. I put it as a dream free agent list because I don't know how likely that it is. All righty, we're going to get to a mailbag here to close out today's live show. Already been live for an hour. Shout out to y'all in the building. Really, really appreciate you. If you want to get your questions in the mailbag, please drop a question in the comment section. Use hashtag Knicks to make it easy on producer Jack Lotteray. And if you want to guarantee your spot in the mailbag, like my man Top Notch Pop Gameplay coming in with a $2 super chat, send a super chat. All super chats will make it into the mailbag. Shout out to Top Notch Pop Gameplay. Rumors on the head coaching. Let's go Knicks. I will give you all the rumors I know about coming up in a second. coming up second. We could start the mailbag with his question. Shout out to you, bro. We appreciate you, man. You're right, Kenya. He might if he wants to win a chip. For sure. Look, I think if you add Malik Beasley and you bring back the top 7 and you have an 8-man rotation with Brunson, Bridges, OG, Towns, Robinson, Hart, Deuce, Beasley, and you have Huckporty and you got Kolek, that's a pretty damn good 10. It is. But did you fire Tom Thibodeau because you only want to win a championship to run it back and only add Malik Beasley? The teeter-totter is not teetering or tottering, if you know what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Guys, when you ask some questions, let's get a few questions not revolving around the head coaching search. You can only ask that so many times. So yeah. I think a majority of the questions we have so far are just like, who are the Knicks going to hire as head coach? Let's get some free agency ones, maybe some trade ones, maybe a little KD, a little Giannis, a little whatever. But we do have a lot of head coaching questions already that we will answer. So let's get a few about some free agency, some trades, stuff like that.
I love it. MJ, I love your comment. Can you just put that in the chat again, but at the end put hashtag Knicks like you see it on screen? So we could put it on screen. That'd be dope. Shout out to Isaac or something getting a question in. We appreciate y'all. Thank you. Over 180 people in the chat here on a Friday afternoon. One like away from 100. Be that person that gets us to triple dig. To the triple dig. If we get to a point where we're at a Q's, just take the filter off, and even if it's like not a question, just I can react to a comment. Cool. Top notch getting another question, and we appreciate you, man. JD says, yo, Marsh, what would you give up for KD? You should ask that question with hashtag Nixon, even though KD might get traded soon. Who knows? All righty. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Last call. Hashtag Knicks in the comments to get your question on the screen. You're going to lock yourself into the live mailbag we're about to dive into. Go ahead and super chat. And Tyler, shout out to you, my man. We appreciate you. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for rolling in as we just get back to the foundation of this channel, which is answering questions from our loyal subscribers. So if we didn't get to your question today, that means you're not subscribed and you don't have your notifications turned on, because we're going live every single Friday in the summer, and I want to see you there, like next Friday. So subscribe, turn those notifications on, and let's make it Friday Night Knicks. Top notch pop gameplay coming in with a $2 super chat. Salute to you, my man. Show my guy some love in the chat. Says, rumors on head coaching. Let's go Knicks. KD. At this point, it somewhat sounds like the New York Knicks are out on Kevin Durant. I know ESPN is trying to get the whole Knicks for clicks thing going, talking about KD, but all the local guys say that's not happening. When it comes to the rumors on the head coaching search, I heard the Knicks reached out to John Calipari, and they quickly closed the door on that. I've heard the New York Knicks are going to extend their search to former head coaches, current assistant coaches in the NBA, and may even still look at guys that are coaching in college. But two names that I feel as if are picking up steam more so than others are Taylor Jenkins, the former head coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, and Mike Brown, who was most recently the head coach of the Sacramento Kings. To my knowledge, at the time of recording this video, which was Monday afternoon, evening is probably a better term, we haven't heard of anybody being interviewed by the New York Knicks, except for the Knicks requesting to interview current head coaches from other teams. But two names that are picking up steam, Taylor Jenkins and Mike Brown. I don't think the Knicks are in any rush to hire a head coach. There's no date they got to get it done by. We know that it took 7 weeks for Leon Rose to hire Tom Thibodeau back in 2020. So buckle up. I think we're going to be in for a little bit of a longer, bumpy ride. Shout out to you, Top Notch. We appreciate you. Seriously, thank you. The high by 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My man, what's happening? What do we realistically need to do in order to win a chip with the pieces we have now? If you are asking the question of how do the New York Knicks win a championship by running it back, this is how. You have to hire a head coach that is going to turn the New York Knicks into a top 2 offense in the NBA. If you are going to win an NBA title with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, you need to be an unstoppable team on the offensive end. Think about it like this. And I hate when people do this. Let's take a look at another sport. What were the Philadelphia Eagles really good at the last 3 years prior to the Super Bowl run? Running the football. What did the New York Giants do that helped the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl? They didn't pay Saquon Barkley. So how did the Eagles become Super Bowl champions? They took their greatest strength and made it an unstoppable force of nature. They took their dominant run game and their dominant offensive line and got the best running back in the National Football League. They doubled down on their strength. That's what the New York Knicks need to do. They need to double down on the two-man game of Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. You don't try to go out and be a defensive team with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. You don't try to bring people in to mask the defensive deficiencies. No, go all in. Be a great offensive team. So you got to be a great offensive team. You need someone to come sign here for the veteran minimum that's going to contribute, and you need that taxpayer mid-level exception guy to be a contributor. That's how you win with running it back. Oh, and everybody has to get better. Mikal Bridges has to be way better. He has to be unlocked with the next head coach. OG has to shoot better than 33% from downtown. Josh Hart can't be addicted to turning the ball over in the playoffs. So, yeah, those are some of the things I think they got to do if they're going to run it back and win a chip. Harry, what's up, man? Did McBride earn a spot as a starter or backup, or should he go? It's a really good question. Should he go? No. Miles McBride should be a part of this team. When it comes to should he be a starter or should he be a backup, it's hard to say that because I don't know what the final roster is going into game one. You know what I'm saying, Harry? Like, if I knew who the Knicks players were on the roster, I could give a better explanation. But I will say this, and it's documented on this channel. I thought the New York Knicks from Jump Street should have started Miles McBride over Josh Hart, just because I thought it gave you a better point of attack defender, and it gave you someone that could stretch the floor, and it had you lean into a 5-out offensive attack. It's crazy. A year ago, I said the Knicks need to play a 5-out offense. They didn't play a 5-out offense, so they hired the coach, and now I'm saying it again. They need someone that can lean into that. I would have liked to seen a starting lineup of Bridges, OG, Towns, Deuce, and Brunson. I would have liked to seen that starting 5. We never got to. But yeah, I want McBride to, if you do run it back, be in contention to start in contrast to Josh Hart or Mitchell Robinson. That's where I'm at on that. I'll ask you guys this question. Who's a player you want the Knicks to trade for? Who's a guy you think Leon Rose should go out and add to this team to get them to NBA Finals champions? Joey DeLuca, what's happening, my friend? Marsh, who do you think our New York Knicks will take in free agency, or will we run it back? So, I feel like this is a trick question because if you're running it back, the only way you could improve the team is through free agency. And that's where we're at. New York Knicks have no free agency dollars. They aren't going to make anyone holler. They had the taxpayer mid-level exception, and that is it. That's a 2-year, $11 million deal. And there's not really all that many great players that you can get for that. Maybe you're looking at someone like Gary Trent. Maybe you're looking at someone like Malcolm Brogdon. Maybe you're looking at someone like Chris Paul. Maybe someone like Luke Cornett. Maybe Luke Kennard. I would love Malik Beasley to be a taxpayer mid-level exception guy. I think he's going to make too much money. I'd like to look at somebody like Karis LeVert. Maybe he makes too much money. Someone like Dennis Schroeder. I'd like to get him, but I think he's going to make more than the taxpayer mid-level exception. It's hard to run it back and add depth in free agency because you don't get great depth for cheap in free agency. And the Knicks, the way their bank account's set up with available free agency dollars, they're going to have to be cheap. Tyler, what's happening, my man? Good to see you, bro. Who out there to trade for if it's not KD or Giannis? That's a really good question, man. And I've been compiling a list myself. And I haven't put out a video on trade targets yet because I'm not all that confident in who I want to be on that video and who should be on that video and who deserves. And if the Knicks do trade, who do they give up? Like, if you've been watching this channel for a while, which my guy CPJ in the chat is, he's been watching for over 3 years, I've prided myself on having a better pulse on this team than 99% of people in the world. And I think I've been relatively correct. We kind of told you they were trading for OG Anunoby. We kind of told you they were going to trade Julius Randle. We kind of told you that they were going to trade for Josh Hart. We kind of told you they were going to trade for Mikal Bridges. This is kind of the first time I don't know what the Knicks are going to do. And, like, I don't love saying that because I should know. This is my life. But, like, this is the first time in a long time I'm not all that confident that I know what the next move is, which is fun. So we're going to see. But, Tyler, I promise you I will have a trade target video out on the channel this week, and that will answer your question. I just don't know at this point. I do not know. Top notch, pop, gameplay, back again. $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Kevin Durant can be that help Brunson needs to win a chip. Deuce got to stay. Let's go, Knicks. Durant can be that fourth quarter help. I 100% agree, man. I 100% agree. We've done a lot of talk about Kevin Durant over the past week. And the thing I come to every single time is, what is the Knicks' plan? How do they want to move forward? Do you want to give yourself the best chance to win the title next year where the East is wide open, Damian Lillard's not playing for the Bucks, Jason Tatum is hurt? Or do you want to give yourself a window of from now until the next 3 to 4 years to win a title? I think if you trade Karl-Anthony Towns for Kevin Durant, the Knicks are finals favorites. I truly believe that. If you run a lineup of Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Durant, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Ariel Hukporty, Tyler Kolek, veteran minimum, and taxpayer mid-level exception guy, I believe you win the NBA Finals. I think you'd have the best half-court scoring duo in the NBA with KD and with Karl-Anthony Towns. With KD and Jalen Brunson, excuse me. But I also realize that KD is 36. He's had some injury issues, even though he played 72 games 2 years ago and like 60 this year. But I also realize that trading a 29-year-old player for a 36-year-old player probably isn't the best way to do it. And keeping Towns elongates the championship window. But trading Towns for Durant sends you on a rocket ship to the peak. I go both sides, but if you made me answer today, I would trade Karl-Anthony Towns for KD because you'd have the best team in the NBA. And isn't that the point? I don't know. I do know this. If the Knicks make a move, we are going to make a video. So subscribe and turn those notifications on. You're not going to want to miss it. We're breaking it down all off season long. My man, $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Would it be crazy for the Knicks' highest paid players, not Brunson, to restructure their contracts like the NFL? I would say it's only one. I don't even know if that's necessarily legal, allowed. You just don't really ever see that. And the reason is because these contracts are fully guaranteed when they're signed. And it's like, If I'm Karl Anthony Towns and I'm due $180 million over the next 3 years, no matter what, why would I give back money? I don't even know if they can do that. So yeah, it would be crazy. It'd be awesome. And I want everyone to just type JB in the chat because I don't think people really understand how big of a discount Jalen Brunson took this last offseason. Jalen Brunson is on schedule to be the 48th highest paid player in the NBA next year. And I think without a doubt, he's a top 10 player in the league. So Jalen, thank you. That's why you will forever be my favorite New York Knick. MJ, what's up, bro? I think Kolek and Huckporty should definitely be a part of the rotation next year. I think Taylor Jenkins is a solid coach, too. He had the Grizzlies second in the West last year. I like Taylor Jenkins, and I think he's firmly in the equation to be the next head coach of the New York Knicks. And I think if the Knicks hire Taylor Jenkins, Tyler Kolek and Ariel Huckporty are absolutely going to be in the rotation, MJ. I like Tibbs. I've also yelled Tibbs is an effing idiot. I understand why the Knicks fired him, but I also understand why they should have kept him. I've also yelled for Tibbs to be fired, and I also feel like he earned another year. But it is exciting that we're going to have a coach that may lean into playing young players, that may lean into developing young players to actual minutes in a game. But yeah, you need Tyler Kolek to be a part of this team. You need Ariel Huckporty to be a contributor next year. And I'm excited to see both those guys. Jenkins is someone that's been known for developing young talent in Memphis. He's been known to not play his starters a lot of minutes, and he's been known to go deep into his rotations. I don't hate Taylor Jenkins at all. User 8463. What's the probability the Knicks bring back Devo with the mid-level? 0, because he is not a free agent. He's not a free agent. You're going to have to trade for him. And how are the Knicks trading for him? Makes like $12 million? You can trade Mitchell Robinson for Dante DiVincenzo? Then who's your backup center? I would not put too much hope in Dante DiVincenzo ever being a Knick again. I love him. I absolutely do. I want him here. When the Knicks traded Julius Randle and DiVincenzo for Cat, I think a lot of us were more upset, especially me, that they traded DiVincenzo. But I think that door is about as shut as it gets right now. I don't see it happening all that likely. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up, and let's go Knicks. Sweet. CPJ, we're on the same wavelength. We usually are. Which take in particular? Which take in particular? Let me know. Top notch pop gameplay. What's up, man? I missed the redhead. Oh, Devo. It would be nice to have. Man, I'd love to bring Devo back. I just don't know how it happens. I don't know how it happens at this current point. I don't. My man, back again. What's up, Brody? Can't let go of Towns for Durant, not Bodega Cat. Look, I'm not going to be upset or not understanding why anyone wouldn't do that deal. But I seriously want people to think about it from the perspective of, if you have a starting lineup of Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Durant, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson with Hart, McBride, and Huckporty, and some veteran minimum free agent players, what do we need in the fourth quarter? Someone that can score with the ball on their own. It's Kevin Durant, man. But I don't think it's happening. I think he's either a Rocket, a Spur, or a Heat. That's what I think right now. My man, back again. Bridges and 2 second-round picks for Durant. Bridges and 2 second-round picks for Durant. Well, you got to get up to $53 million in outgoing salary. Mikal Bridges makes $24 million. You'd have to do like Bridges, Hart, and Robinson. I don't know. My man, Mikal Bridges for Jaylen Brown straight up. Again, you can't do that either. Jaylen Brown makes $61 million. Mikal Bridges makes $24 million. Like, I don't know if that one's going to happen. Oh, yeah. Exactly, CPJ. I'm with you. Look, I understand why they fired him. I also would have understood why they kept him. I'm a man of principle. I think Tom Thibodeau earned another year. And I've called him an effing idiot. I've cussed him out. I've yelled and screamed he should be fired. I said he would never beat the Celtics. But there's some things in life that are worth rewarding. And that's achievement. And that's doing something. He got us to the conference finals. Did they get to the conference finals in spite of him? Argue that if you want. I don't care. But I thought he earned the right to have another year. But I also understand why they fired him. Because there's a ceiling there. And there's a question if he can punch through the glass ceiling. So we're at top-notch pop last super chat. In 2K, who should I trade for? I'm trading Mikal. Oh, I'd have to see who's around $24 million. I don't think Mikal. Actually, I'm not going to say that. Soul Train, $2 super chat says Utah may make Kessler available. Yeah, last summer they made him available. But I think the viewers of this channel know it's F Danny Ainge, and Danny Ainge ain't doing business unless Danny Ainge wins the deal by 2 apps. Could you rehire a coach? Yeah, you can rehire Tom Thibodeau. I think Tom Thibodeau is pretty pissed off at the Knicks. And I know. All righty. We're going to sign off on today's show. Appreciate everybody for being here. This was a lot of fun. We'll be live on the channel again next Friday. We're going to start doing lives every Friday. We're going to be live on the channel for both days of the NBA draft. We're going to be live for the first couple of days of NBA free agency. So we're not going anywhere. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you later. Let's go Knicks.